Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel, the AR7 Reviews. We are back with another interesting video, the one which we have been waiting for since a long time. Before diving right into it, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And if you are new to this channel, do check out our other interesting videos. So the final season is out now. Well, it's no surprise that we have binged it completely. The entire season is so perfectly explained that it may well be regarded as the best science fiction series ever to be made. A huge applause to the creators of the series, Baron Border, Janse Fries, and the writers who have managed to completely mesmerize the audience with their brilliant, flawless storytelling. Fans around the world, including us, who came up with all the theories, are left dumbstruck as the writers have managed to prove many of the theories wrong. We were purposely fed with scenes in the trailer that led us into thinking and strengthening our theories, which were made based upon the events occurring in season 1 and 2. This means that the entire series was perfectly thought of till the end, and they dished out each season with such complex yet mind-bogglingly beautiful storyline. So before we move on to our analysis, a quick reminder that the following explanation will contain huge spoilers. So please go watch the series completely and come back to this video. Thank you. Let's start with some fan theories that they have proved wrong and also some little interesting things that show attention to detail. One of the popular theory was about the woman in the lake, who we all thought to be Hannah based on the scenes that were shown in season 2. In season 2, Jonas finds the locket in the sand near the lake, where Magnus and Bartosz playfully scare off Martha in the lake by telling her about the infamous woman whose body was found dead in the lake many years ago. Now, according to the season 3 trailer, we had shown a glimpse of possibly middle-aged Egon Tiedemann putting the same locket around Hannah's neck in 1953. This had strengthened the theory of Hannah being the dreaded woman in the lake. But the writers have beautifully maneuvered the course of events regarding the locket, and we get to know that the locket is transferred to Helen Albers, that is Katharina's mother, and the woman in the lake turned out to be Katharina. It was really a great shocking reveal, isn't it? Also, there was some interesting attention to detail in the very first episode of season 3. In the parallel world, that is Martha's world, the house where Jonas lives is shown to be Martha's house here, and the entire house is a mirror image of Jonas's house, the one we have seen so far in previous seasons. For example, Martha's bed is on the right side, the stairs and the main door of the house is to the right side, wherein if you think back to when Jonas wakes up from his bed, it was all on the left side, the stairs, the door, etc. The first episode gave us an indication that we were in for an absolute treat going forward. In my opinion, the obsessed fans will not have a hard time understanding the series after completing it. But for the not so obsessed audience, it may seem a bit challenging to wrap around their heads on this one. So we will be touching only major points for the explanation. Firstly, what is the origin? For much of the series, there was talk of an origin that, if destroyed, could get rid of the knot and stop the loop. Adam is convinced that this origin is the child of Adam's world Jonas and Eva's world Martha, which he thinks ties the world together. We see that child at various stages of its life, child, young man and an old man often traveling together. But it turns out that this was another misleading scene. Adam's attempted destruction of Martha's unborn child was just another thing which perpetuated the loop. The real origin, as mentioned above, was the car crash which caused Origin world Edgy Thanos to create and use the time machine in the first place. Next, the finale episode. Before we talk about the finale episode, let's go back to season 2 where Jonas is sent by Adam to stop Michael's suicide. At that time, old Claudia comes and prevents Jonas from saving Michael and asks him to let the event occur as they are destined to happen. She also tells Jonas that saving Michael would erase his existence and that she had already seen a world without him. Then Jonas asks her about a way to stop all this from happening. Then Claudia tells him that there is a way, a loophole that when executed will break the cycle from happening. She only mentions about it and we were never told anything more about the loophole up until the last episode of season 3. Now here season 3 finale starts with Claudia approaching Adam, something which Adam finds deeply confusing given that in every previous version of the loop this has never happened. Claudia explains to Adam that his frequent attempts to destroy the knot have only ever kept it intact, including the act of killing Martha and her unborn child. Claudia further explains that both Adam's world, the one which we have spent most of the show's 3-season run, and Eva's world, which was introduced in season 3, should both actually never have existed. They are Byproducts that were created when Edgy Thanos experiment went wrong in a third world, that is the origin world. For rest of this video, I will be referring to the three worlds as Adam's world, Eva's world and the origin world. Claudia had spent 33 years across Eva's and Adam's world trying to stop the loop from repeating, thus saving her daughter Regina from dying of cancer, but realizes that it is impossible and everything that happens in both the worlds is bound to keep repeating, perhaps not at the same time or in the same way, but no one in either worlds can escape their fate. Using a loophole that during the apocalypse, time stands still and it is therefore briefly possible to change the chain of cause and effect, Claudia is able to approach Adam to explain all this and tells him that he must now send his younger self, Jonas, and the version of Martha from Eva's world to the origin world in order to stop the event that results in the formation of both worlds, thereby wiping them out of the existence. Adam goes to Jonas at the time just after Martha from his world had been shot by Adam himself and explains to him that the only way he can prevent himself turning into Adam is to go ahead with this plan. Jonas then fetches Martha from Eva's world just before she is grabbed by Magnus and Franziska and the loop is repeated again. Jonas explains that for a brief moment, when the passage is created, there will be a bridge between all three worlds, at which point he and Martha will travel back to the day of the fatal car crash of Thanos' son in the origin world to prevent it from ever happening. And so Jonas and Martha separately walk through the bridge, a kind of starry void in which they briefly see childhood versions of each other before finding each other and stepping into the origin world. They then successfully stop the crash by standing in front of the car, forcing it to stop and telling Thanos' son that the bridge ahead is closed and that they will have to go home, an instruction he begrudgingly accepts. And so the car turns back, they stay the night back at Edgy Thanos and the crash never happens, stopping Thanos from creating and using the time machine and preventing Adam's and Eva's world from ever being created. Let us analyze this. Do Martha and Jonas die? Well, not technically. What actually happens is that they are wiped from existence entirely since they never existed in the origin world. So they can't really die in the traditional sense. But yes, they do stop existing. In some of their final moments, Martha and Jonas confide in each other that they saw the childhood versions of each other in the bridge and speculate about what this could mean. Martha asks, "Do you think any of us could remain? Or is that what we are, a dream? We never really existed." Jonas responds that he doesn't know, but proclaims that we are a perfect match, and the pair hold hands. We soon see Adam and Eva doing the same as they slowly disappear from existence while a slowly sung version of What a Wonderful World begins playing in the background. How poetic, isn't it? Next, the final scene. In the final scene, in the present day in the origin world, now the only world that remains, we see a pleasant looking dinner party with guests including Regina Tiedemann, who has not died from cancer, Peter Doppler, who now appears to be happily living with the transgender woman with whom he had been having an affair in Adam's world, and a pregnant Hannah Kahnwald, although she obviously doesn't have this surname as Michael Kahnwald doesn't exist anymore. There are a number of absentees, including Ulrich Nielsen and Charlotte Doppler, given that they no longer exist, since they relied on time travel to be born in the first place. And while it is clear that the other worlds no longer exist, they also seem to have some kind of hidden lasting impact on the characters in the origin world, with Hannah seen staring in shock at a yellow coat, identical to the one worn by her son Jonas in Adam's world, after the joking mention of an apocalypse. With some of her final words of the series, she says, "I just had a deja vu or something. This might sound absurd, but this is exactly what I dreamt last night." And it seems she was somehow aware, in some sense, of the other world's ending. Then, with her very last line, she declares, when asked about a name for her unborn child, "I think Jonas is a beautiful name." So it seems that while the other worlds might have been wiped from existence, they still, in some sense, exist in the subconscious of the origin world's characters. The end. I got only one word for this, an absolute masterpiece. So that's it guys, this was our analysis for Dark Season 3. If you liked this video, please give a thumbs up by hitting the like button and also comment down your feedback suggestion as to what videos you would want us to make going forward. We would surely like to hear your suggestions. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Until then, stay safe, keep supporting. Peace out.